The immortal John Hancock here, and today I'd like to talk about going to game conventions. And I've been involved with various game conventions over the years, attending them, helping out with them. I don't know if everybody knows that, but I was on the original organizer crew for the Portland Retro Gaming Expo a long time ago. And then I broke off and started helping with the Callets Gamers for Kids, which Portland Retro Gaming Expo graciously sponsors every year. So I'd like to talk about game conventions and attending them and some things to consider. And this could actually be, you know, all the information I'm talking about could be applied to any game convention or convention in general, whether it's anime or something else. And so, number one thing to remember, you got to bring cash. Not every vendor deals with PayPal or a credit card. You have to bring cash. I think it's also important to know, do not expect that there's going to be ATMs readily available at conventions to be there for you to pull money, because everybody else has the same idea, and I can tell you that you got to do that ahead of time. So pull cash, have cash on hand. Every vendor is perfectly fine with cash, and so that's number one. Next thing is you need to plan ahead. The worst thing that somebody could do is to just go to a convention with these expectations and not do the research what to expect. There might be special speakers at a convention. Find out when they're talking. If you're looking for a particular vendor, look on a floor plan. If floor plan's posted about a convention, to see exactly where a particular vendor is. You know, definitely the number one thing that comes up a lot with conventions is parking. Research and plan ahead. Find out exactly where to park. Find out how much it's going to cost. Nobody likes surprises, and so it's important to know exactly what you're getting into. Especially, you know, it takes time and money out of your schedule. You're going to appreciate these things more if you know what's coming. The next thing is bring friends. I am an extrovert. I enjoy being around other people. I love to share the experience with others. I know for some others that might be a different situation, but you're going to have more fun if you bring friends. And you know, sometimes the cost of these shows makes that pretty hard. But if you bring friends, you're going to have more fun. You're gonna be able to team up and really just experience such a wonderful event, such as a game convention, Portland Retro Gaming Expo, PAX, even the Game On Expo in Arizona. So bring a friend. Next, you definitely need to when you plan ahead. Part of planning ahead is to research prices. And if you are a game collector and you have things that you're looking for, you need to research what those games are worth before you go to a convention. It's very important that you know how much something's worth, especially when it comes to haggling. And so haggling is a separate issue, but we'll get to haggling in a little bit. But you need to know what something's going for on the market. I think also it's important to know that if you're looking for, like, I don't know, $100 game, it's important to probably understand that you're not going to get that game for like $5. There's a rare as the moment that you're going to find a crazy deal like that, but typically, you know, vendors at these shows, they have bills to pay. It's not free for them to attend typically, and so you're gonna pay a fair price for a game, but they're gonna provide a game in person. I mean, it's just such a great service. So research and plan ahead what you're looking for. Have a list. That's gonna help you save money in the long run. Let's get right to haggling. So I get this question asked all the time about haggling, how to do it, There's an art for haggling, and haggling is, working out a side deal for a cost of a game with a vendor. Again, these vendors work really hard. I'm thankful for vendors to come to a convention to provide video games. Many vendors have a game store, and that's important to know that the larger vendors with a game store, if something doesn't sell at a show, they can just bring it back to their store. So offering half of what something's worth, or 25%, that's probably not going to fly. So when it comes to haggling, the number one thing to remember with it is that if you haggle right at the start, when a show starts, nobody's really going to work with you. It doesn't work like that. Haggling is the best time is at the end of a show, when something's been sitting on their table for a long time. It's been offered to other people at a certain price. If the price is too high, offer less. But I think it's also important to know is you can be offensive with haggling. If something's a $400 game and you're offering $25, vendor's probably not going to take it. So you have to be smart about it. You have to negotiate a fair price. And I think if you're just being selfish and you want something for a bottom barrel price, it's important to know that, sometimes these games being sold by vendors, that's their livelihood. And so I always try to respect and understand that it's not just selling a game for many of these vendors. It's their business, it's their livelihood. They have bills to pay too, and so offer a fair price. The other thing too, when you go into a game convention, is you have to let other people know what you're looking for. It's not enough to have a list. It's not enough to just prepare to what to expect. Post on Facebook. Let your friends know, hey, I'm looking for this. I can't tell you how many times I was at a convention that someone came up to me, hey, I saw that you were looking for this. Here it is. And so it also is important to know that just letting people know what you're looking for is not enough. Because someone may know you're looking for it, but if you're not serious about purchasing something, they're not going to go out of their way. You need to list what you're going to pay for something as well. And that's when someone knows that you're serious. Hey, I'm looking for this and I'm willing to pay this for it, because that really identifies, okay. And the other thing too, if you list what you're going to pay for it, you need to follow through with that. There's nothing more frustrating for somebody who goes out of the way to find a game for somebody, and then that person then flakes out and says, oh, well, I didn't expect to find that. If you list something that you're wanting to pay, looking to buy something, follow through with it. Because, last thing someone's going to do is to spend time out of their day to look for a game, bring it to a show, and have someone flake out. For the bigger shows, and even Callous Gamers has show exclusives. That means products specifically made for the show that collectors like to get. Sometimes those can be really challenging to purchase, and so it's good to research for a particular show. Hey, is there an exclusive? When is it going to be sold? Who's selling it? And you need to ask where and when. Sometimes those things are very much advertised. Other times they aren't. And so show exclusives are a neat thing to add to a collection. And I know collectors like those. I've been providing them for many, many years. Again, the bigger shows have those, but sometimes you just don't know where to look. So it's good to ask around. Again, don't expect a show to clearly identify when and where those are going to be sold. You have to do the research on your own. A big important thing is to understand that people at a convention are not going to have or share your same perspective. It just doesn't happen. And so having an expectation that people see your perspective is just not going to happen. So with that being said, be courteous, be polite, don't be a jerk. Don't be a jerk haggling with others. Don't be a jerk if you're talking to some other people. Respect other people's boundaries. It's important to know that people come from all walks of life, different cultures, and to honor and appreciate that. Because nobody's going to want to deal with you if you're a jerk or can't respect other people. And word travels fast at these. If something in particular is going on at a show that you're not honoring and appreciating other people, it's gonna be found out very fast, and it's gonna be a quick ticket to get out of the expo. So just understand that. And I think the final thing is, you need to remember your hygiene and understand that what you think is clean may not be clean to other people. And hygiene doesn't mean just smelling a shirt and okay, that's okay, I'm gonna take that to the convention. Shower, freshly washed clothes. It's important to know these things. You're gonna be in close proximity with other people for a long time. Sometimes game conventions can get hot, sweaty. It's important to bring a fresh set of clothes. I personally am a person that sweats quite a bit. It's important for me to bring several shirts to a show. It's just how I am. But just remember the hygiene and respect others. Hopefully these basic tips can help you at your next convention that you plan on going. Comment below. Subscribe to my channel. I have many more things I like to talk about video games. Comment below on what conventions you plan on going to, and what are you excited about those conventions. And thank you so much. This is John Hancock signing out.